Hi, it's Maria. And first, I gotta admit something. I got it out of my chest because I just do. I just ate the rest of a container of ice cream straight from the container, half gallon, and I ate the whole thing. Cut half a banana, put some chocolate syrup in it, and ate it. And that was my dinner. So, anywho. So, aside from that, all of this. What happened at my hearing, the fact that we proved that people were not registered Democrats. We're still being basically told that we lost, and that it's basically now being blamed on me that I cheated because I made a post, and by that post I cheated in this election, which is completely asinine. I didn't cheat. We didn't, bust people in. We didn't fill out ballots for anybody. We didn't ask people to come from outside the district to vote for us in any serious manner. It's just a deflection on the part of the party. But the reason it has to be played out on social media is because there needs to be a record of what's happened. The fact that it was live streamed, that's going to be edited, and that's going to be used to make videos to show how the party works and how they're doing this. Like I said, the true reason they're really doing this is because we would have had the amount of delegates needed to block the speaker's endorsement, and they can't have that. The fact that Feinstein was blocked was bad enough. If I were to be successful in blocking the speaker, they'd feel that in D.C. So this is just, like I said, a lot of layer upon layer of corruption. You have people in making outlandish statements on social media about of just their reasoning for coming to their conclusions. They really just doing mental gymnastics to justify ruling against us. And but the people that are seated are illegitimately seated in these positions, and these are the very people that I've been calling out for over a year because they're so corrupt. And they're just perpetuating all of that. And the speaker, is the ringleader in all of this. He's the ringleader in getting Rusty Hicks elected. And until he's removed, then we're never going to get ahead. So it's imperative that I defeat him in the election. So I'm going to do everything I can to do that. I had a meeting last night. I actually went to Jack Guerrero's election event, and he, very gracious, very nice guy. I was warned not to support a Republican publicly, but I could tell you that Jack Guerrero is a man that I've, tremendous amount of integrity, and he's just a good person. And I know that if he let's just put it this way: Big Oil didn't back him with $1 million to run. They didn't back his race. He wouldn't accept money from even, honest businesses or people that are on the up and up, because he does not take corporate money. And we had a discussion. And he's very encouraging of my race to run again against the speaker. He actually ran against the speaker in 2012, and obviously him being a Republican, it's going to be very difficult for him to be successful in this area. But the people that are in Sacramento on these committees will do anything, they will say anything to ensure that people like Rendon stay in power, that people in these local seats, that they're protected. It's like I said, it's just like a big mafia, and they'll do anything and say anything to win. And that's what you're seeing here. Is we were able to prove. I mean, their own documents stated that 164 people were ineligible. I mean, they have it in writing, and yet they're still going back and forth and just I said in the interview in the hearing, I was like, why are we even arguing this? They're ineligible voters. We had over 30% people voted that shouldn't be voting, and yet you're allowing this election to stand, and you know it's been fraudulent. And they're basically saying that it's my fault that these people came and that they didn't vote. And so basically, the logic is that I flew all the way to Sacramento to get this information. I got up at 4 in the morning to get this information to prove that I cheated. That's literally the logic that's being used to blame me. But this is David Atkins, who lives in Santa Barbara. He's a white man with a $700,000 house who works on political campaigns and politicians' campaigns, and he has a vested interest to ensure that the speaker remains in power, that someone like Rusty Hicks wins. They knew that if Kimberly Ellis would have won, that they would have lost their positions, and there's no doubt about that. So all of this, there was no way we would have gotten a fair hearing at all. And I'll be honest with you, I had told my team that I didn't want to speak because I know how much the party dislikes me. And the reason I decided to speak was because we had very little time. They only gave us 4 minutes, and I knew that I would be attacked, and I didn't want anyone on my team to be attacked. Because if you thought I was pissed off at that hearing, if they had attacked someone on my slate, one of my friends, you wouldn't have seen nothing. So I just figured it would be better if it was me speaking. But some of the stuff that was said, there was nothing other than a tweet or a post that I did that is basically all of the evidence, aside from everything that we proved. That one piece is the only thing that they had to use to say that it was my fault, that I did this. He's being slammed all over fucking Twitter right now by all kinds of people, and his argument is weak. He's and the crazy part is Tanya Singh is actually defending him and attacking me on social media. That's how pathetic this has gotten. It's like we're weeding out the people that have hoarded themselves out to the establishment, and she's one of them. She sold her ass over a year ago. Her, Ryan Skolnick, we knew this. I called it out over a year ago. I was highly criticized for it, and I've had people tell me, God, you called that. We should have listened to you. But, I mean, nobody should have been surprised. You should have seen that train come in a long time ago. The moment people started endorsing someone like Kevin De Leon and then claiming that they were progressive, it's like, get the fuck out of here. That's the kind of nonsense. I mean, you're literally conceding your power and handing it over to someone who we know is renting. Kevin De Leon right now is renting a room from someone I know, a room across the street, so that he has an address to run for city council. On June 19th, Ricardo Lara, Miguel Santiago, Eric Holder, are all attending a fundraiser for Kevin De Leon to be city council in LA, in an area that he's not from there. So the party is already lining up behind who they want to represent you in that area, because that's who they're picking for you, because he's going to toe that line and vote on stuff and make decisions that's going to fuck you over, and it's going to put money in their pockets, because that's how it works. They pick and choose who's going to be where and why, and they toe that line. So you have very powerful people going to attend a fundraiser for Kevin De Leon in LA to get him elected in city council in an area that he's not from. And he doesn't live there. Like I said, I know the people they're renting him a place across the street from their house. He's renting a room that he doesn't live in so that he has an address in the city. We're probably we're looking into getting a private investigator to have him followed to, we're going to see about that. But this is the kind of shit they do. And I know a friend of mine who was running for city council. They spent hundreds of thousands of dollars to defeat her in a city council seat in Linwood, and made her life miserable, and followed her, and she proved that she lived where she lived, and they just haunted her and they harassed her. And this is part of what they do. Like, I'm fully expecting that if you thought they attacked me bad on this last election, it's going to be far worse this next time around. The speaker's vulnerable. He was at a Memorial Day event, and as soon as he got up to speak, no one listened. He just has no presence. The people don't respect him. They don't like him. He's surrounded by security because he's a coward and he doesn't even speak to his constituents. So that's just the reality of it. So we just got to get him out. I got to get him out. That's my goal. And I think it's a doable thing, and I fully intend on actually. I want to have strong numbers in the primary. I want to beat him in the primary just to solidify that. So that's my personal goal, and I hope everyone out there supports my campaign and supports my team and all of the candidates that we intend on pushing in this district to get them elected. Anyway, if you're on Twitter, go on Twitter so you could see that there's madre of a conversation that's going on right now about them attacking me and saying that I'm the one that rigged this election and all this nonsense. I mean, it's just like so ridiculous. We cleaned their clock. We killed them in that election, the ADEM election, and the fact is that in the 51st they got a second. Election, and we had actually a higher percentage of voters, 3 times higher percentage of ineligible voters, and they didn't give us a new election because they knew we would win and because they never intended. He actually stated, this idiot, David Atkins, stated in a tweet that they never intended to overturn their ruling on our election. So this was all a plan. This whole thing was planned. There was no mistake that they left my name off the ballot. I mean, my name was left off the fucking ballot. Like, you can't, and there's no accident. Of all the people that ran, the thousands of people that ran, my name was left off the ballot. And they're going to try to convince me that was an accident. It's like, get the fuck out of here. But that's just part. I mean, if they're going to that extent in an ADEM election to come after me, it's only going to get worse. But anyway, I'm going to get going because I actually want more ice cream. So I will talk to you guys later. Bye.